Dr. Joseph Wood, author of the book Miracles in Minutes, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about getting control of something called our monkey mind. So we have this mind that likes to chatter and just keeps going off, and some in neuroscience call it something called amygdala hijack. And what that means is that very primitive part of our brainstem, which is a very reactionary type thing that only thinks to survive and protect us, can overfire and becomes overprotective. And what happens is that when we need to be calm and keep our head together in a stressful situation, that part of our brain goes off and it causes us to shut down the intelligent part of our brains to make great decisions. So in athletics, it might be the quarterback who has to stand in the pocket when guys are rushing at him, and he needs to be calm, see the field, and throw the ball and execute to his skills. If you're a parent, it's when you know everything's going wrong and you need to keep your head so you can make a great decision for your family. If you're a CEO of a company, it's when everything looks like it's going to hell in a handbasket and you have to let those feelings and emotions pass by, keep your composure, remain calm, and then respond. So, I cover a lot of these tactics because if you can do that, if you can keep your head together when everyone else is losing theirs, your chance for income potential goes through the roof because very few people can have mastered this skill. It is a skill, so that's great news. It can be developed. Anybody can do it, but it does take a lot of practice. So one of the things you're going to have to do is start practicing meditating. And meditating doesn't mean, just try to make your mind go blank. It just means that when a thought comes in, you recognize that thought for what it is. It's just a thought. In other words, you don't have to accept the thought as a truth or a fact or even real. It's just a thought. And the same thing when feelings come up, it's just a feeling. And a lot of times the brain starts chattering and starts making up a story about what's happening, and it creates a story that's typically you scare yourself to death. So, it's the doom and gloom. Oh my God, the sky's falling, and to everything you hear. And sometimes our mind just likes to create those stories. Now, if we listen to it and believe that, then we become very reactive, and then we usually make really bad decisions. So, if you're an investor, sometimes the market looks like it's going south, and you have to get that emotional intelligence, that emotional control, and emotional stability of yourself. So that way, because if you sell when the market's going south, you're going to lose your money. And when the market's going up and you're buying when everybody else is getting in, you could get in too late on the bus and the stock already reached its peak and you're not making any money. Next thing the stock goes down. So if you're late to the game, you're going to follow the emotional wave of, just joining the bus and everybody's getting on like the real estate market did several years ago. You get in at the wrong time and you lose. Or if everyone thinks the sky's falling and you're selling, then you lose. So you lose on two things. So in other words, when we can't get control of our emotions and we're doing everything by what we think and by what we feel, we're not really using the neocortex, our executive function, and then it causes us to lose money. And there's some pain involved in that. Most of the time we haven't realized that we don't have to accept those thoughts and those feelings and can just take our monkey mind, give it something to do is just observe our breathing. Or you could practice like the Navy SEALs do, something called box breathing. Breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds. So it gives the monkey mind something to focus on because it likes to do stuff. Oh, I want to be involved here. I want to protect you. I want to do something. So if you give it something like box breathing or focus on something, it can help you get your composure down really quickly and regain control of your emotions and your thoughts and feelings, and then be able to get back, metaphorically on the horse and get back in the game, or be able to stay in the game when the pressure's on. So you need to practice this in, little stressful situations. You need to practice the breathing without any situations to learn how to calm yourself down, then calm, and then a little bit of stress, and then learn how to, like you're calm, and then maybe a stressful situation happens, you lose your calm, practice your meditative breathing, bring yourself back to calm, and the higher stress bring you back to calm. But it's always being able to get yourself emotionally regulated. And if you can do that and master that, you'll have a great sense of joy, a great sense of peace, and a great sense of fulfillment that your mind no longer masters you, you're master over your mind. So it's Dr. Wood. Hope this video helps you out. And you can also look at my Facebook page called Spartan Zen Coaching, which I just created. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.